A group of people were walking in. It's one question that sits above everything else. Without water, nothing else matters. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to Monza Farms. It was just another day at the farm. I was out in the field harvesting some vegetables. I was focused on the work in front of me when I heard voices near the gate. I looked up. A group of people were walking in. An elderly man among them, moving with quiet confidence, accompanied by few others from the nearby villages. We had not called anyone, we have not invited anyone that day, yet they were here, walking into our farm as if they had always meant to come. On a farm, there is one question that sits above everything else, above the crops, above the soil, above the seasons. Where is the water? Without water, nothing else matters. No harvest, no livestock, no farm, just land and waiting. Finding water here has been one of the longest and most humbling journeys. And this unexpected visit was about to become one of the most memorable chapters of that journey. The old man, the elderly person who had come, he had heard about a farm. He had seen the land and he had simply decided to come on his own, voluntarily, without a phone call, without an invitation. No introduction was needed. No explanation was asked for it. In villages across this region, this is the language people understand. This man knows how to find water, and he has come. What happened next is something I had heard about many times but never quite witnessed so closely. The old man began to walk slowly with great deliberateness, holding that coconut, feeling it, sensing something in its weight or movement that none of the rest standing there could read. And then at certain spots he stopped. He did not hesitate. He did not look uncertain. He simply paused, looked at the ground beneath him and said, "Here." This practice is ancient. It had different names in different regions. Water dowsing, water divining, bhujal shodhan, etc. The belief behind it is the person with deep experience and sensitivity can detect the presence of underground water through subtle physical responses, through something in the body registers that science had never fully been able to explain or fully been able to dismiss. He walked the entire land. He marked several points. We watched in silence. Standing there that day, watching this elderly man move across a land with a coconut, and then later he does this with a brick. I felt something I find difficult to fully put into words. Here was knowledge that no university had given him, no certificate, no degree, just a lifetime lived close to the earth. And somewhere in that lifetime, the earth had started speaking to him in ways it does not speak to rest of us. We were grateful, genuinely grateful. He had come without being asked, without any expectation. That kind of generosity from the village elder is something you do not take lightly. We already had 3 borewells on this farm. 3. And every single one of them was located by different persons using this exact same method. Coconut in hand, confident, certain. One of those borewells had been a true success. Even now, in the middle of peak summer, it gives us steady 1.5 inch of water. Consistent, reliable. We depend on it. And yes, that point was found by coconut. But the second borewell tells a different story. 1/2 inch of water. And it was not flow freely. It runs for 20 minutes, then it stops. You can wait an hour for it to recover. Then it gives you 20 minutes more. On a working farm, that is not water. That is a tease. And the third bore, again 1/2 to 1 inch, not enough. 2 disappointments out of 3 attempts from 3 different people, all holding the same coconut and the same brick, all equally confident. So I watched this elderly gentleman walk our land with such certainty. I held both things in my heart at the same time, deep respect for him and his ancient knowledge, and the honest awareness that this method, in our own experience, had not always delivered. He walked the land again, same path, same quiet concentration, same unhurried pace, but he picked up a brick this time. And he stopped at same points. Different objects, same result. It was his way of confirming, of saying, I am not guessing, these points are real. We marked every single spot carefully. We could mark his points, we could drill, and we might find water, just as we had once before. Or we might not, just as we had twice before. And this time the stakes felt too high to leave entirely to chance. Because this was not the first time someone has walked in our land with a coconut. So this time we decided we needed to go further. We needed to bring in someone who could go deeper, literally and scientifically, into what lies beneath our land. So we made a call. We called a geologist. What happened when the geologist arrived? What his machines found? What he said about the old man's method? What he told us about why the earth itself has changed is the story of our next video. Stay with us. The next part of the story is worth to watch. Until then, keep watching the land.